ESB Reveal here in the area. This nightcap feed taking on SME. Knocking down that first free throw there for Indy. It's number 12, Carissa McLaughlin. 2 for 2 there from the line. My notes a little bit. We're so focused on these matchups. I believe we have the Lady Gym Rats or the Missouri Phenoms coming in tomorrow. Let's look at some of the webcasts at noon.
Coaches recruiting database at jumpoffplus.com. Make sure we got all our notes and insight going in based on the recruitment. The evaluations, they could be from our national evaluator, international evaluator Kyle Moore, could be from our national evaluator Jonathan Hemingway, who's not here today. But if you're on social media, my man's still working there at home. I'm sure he's watching the broadcast right now. See him, he's still pushing out content even though he's not able to be here today.
Most definitely, man. I'm glad that the talent on the floor will make up for that drop ball. You tossed me the lob, man, and I alley-ooped it out of bounds there as far as those games tomorrow. But we'll focus on the matchup here. Be sure to check out Prospects Nation TV. We'll have the webcast page updated tonight so you can stay right here with the action all weekend.
Be sure to join the conversation with us on multiple social media sites, Twitter, Instagram, hashtag it. PSB Real Deal, and we'll make sure our staff will we want to be involved with you. We want to make the experience here when you're at peachstatebasketball.com the best events in the country.
McLaughlin with it up top, directing traffic. She's going to pull a three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Give me that with the rebound. Put back attempt, no good. Strong rebound on the inside there by Ariana Harris. She'll kick it out. 2 for $1 sale on threes, and Carissa McLaughlin cashes in on the second attempt. We'll make it 5-1.
Love Harris's energy early in the game. Has a great length. Just the way she's going and snagging that offensive board. You see her right there on the defensive end. Uses that length to block the shot. You see Jackie Young right there. Outstanding player, a fun one to watch.
Ariana Harris, the Purdue commit. They're going to love her there in West Lafayette. Great athleticism. Even on that first attempt that she missed, she snatched that one. She was just under the rim when she snatched that entry pass out of the air. She's been showing that athleticism off since the tip. Another three-pointer on the way. Lady Gym Rats not shy about the three ball so far. Strong rebound on the inside there by number 2, Bri Ashley Jones. Going to take Jones' physical play on the inside to be a spark plug here with their energy here in this game. Darby Forsman guarding the ball. They'll hand it off to Davis. Davis turns the corner in a hurry. Can't get the floater to go. Ball's going to be tipped out of there, pulled the other way by Sydney Shelton. Another three-pointer coming. In and out. Young with the rebound. Had it blocked on the first attempt. Second attempt, rebounded out of there. SME holding strong there on the inside. They kick it to the corner. That three-pointer is too strong. Forsman uses those long strides to get to it. Now she'll bring it the other way. That pass a little too tall. Intended for McLaughlin. It'll sail out of bounds. Back over to SME.
When you're in a situation like that, when you're an interior player, you want to get it to the guard early, get out and run the floor. You know, Forsman's very talented. You know, probably could have, you know, with her skill set, she probably could have actually kept it on the dribble a little bit right there, and then maybe handed with do a dribble handoff ball screen action there with the point guard.
That floater's good to go on the inside. That's number 12. That's Allyric Scott. Scott makes it 5-3. I believe that's easily about, what, the 6th three-pointer attempted by the Lady Gym Rats. They're getting good looks. You know, they're getting the type of three-point looks. No need to hesitate about them. Also, they've definitely got some tools on the glass to be able to pull in a few offensive rebounds, but continuing to get the shots that they want. It's another one knocked down there from the top of the key. Counted for McLaughlin out of Homestead High School. Same high school as Caleb Swanigan. Talked about Ariana Harris, committed to go to Purdue. So is Caleb Swanigan, decommitted from Michigan State. You don't see Tom Izzo lose too many recruiting battles, but Swanigan headed to Purdue. Meanwhile, the Lady Gem Rats off to the races again. This one's going to be finished by number 14. Again, it's Sydney Shelton. That'll make it a 10-3 ball game.
Looks
Baseline drive.
SME, you know, is falling down a little bit like they did in the last matchup. You know, I'm not going to say it's going to be deja vu or it's going to happen again, but they need to get an easy bucket down here. It's going to be hard if they fall behind. First coach Danny Riego and what he's able to do. He's a good coach, you know, and he's going to, just as Coach Wesco is for SME, but you want to keep the game close early. You know, still have a number of college coaches that are sitting here watching this game as well as the game on the other court right there. We got a highlight right here brought to you. Marcus, you can go ahead and give us that breakdown.
Via Prospects Nation TV, they've been moving the ball around, getting the shots they want. Carissa McLaughlin, that's an easy layup. Layup from three-point land, that's the ease of the shot. She gets a good look. They're one and the same. 10 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. Good defense being played there by number 2 there. It's Dana Evans.
Marcus, I know you've had a chance to see Jackie Young a number of times. You know, give us a little insight in her game and what you've seen.
Young, you know, my first time seeing Young play live was at the Midwest Showdown. SUV TV was there providing live webcasts. And, you know, I talked with Brandon Clay pre-production just about her versatility, her ability to not only be able to do some solid things on the perimeter, but to be able to use that size and athleticism on the inside. And it was almost as if the second we started talking about that, we just saw her go to the post, and it was easily about 6 or 7 straight possessions where she either got fouled and was sent to the free throw line to knock down free throws, or she scored the bucket on the inside. So, I mean, just a player that can do so many different things, whether it's perimeter oriented and being able to get past those that may not be as quick as her. If you do have the quickness and don't have that size on the inside, she can use her stature and athleticism as well. So a player with multiple talents. Also like what I saw out of Dana Evans there at the Midwest Showdown as well, as we see her get that bucket.
Young mentioned is a member, attending a number of our EBA events. I first saw her actually EBA All-American camp a number of years ago. I believe it was 3 years ago. She's also been at the Coach Hemi Showcase. So just talk so many of these players that we get to see throughout the year. So when you get the insight from somebody like you, especially Brandon Clay here in the second half, the number of times that both our evaluators and our media members have seen these players over a large number of years.
And Evans had that solid move. And Evans out of Westside High School. Westside High School has put out a lot of solid basketball players there in that Gary area. Remember Kenny Lowe coming out of there. He went on to play college basketball at Purdue. He was solid at Westside. Who can forget Big Dog Glenn Robinson out of Gary Roosevelt there. Just a lot of talented basketball there in that Northwest Indiana region. But you look at the state as a whole, from the Northwest region to the central part of the state, you definitely see why basketball is second nature up there.
Really like what Purdue, you know, especially on the men's side, does. Made that run there over a 3 or 4 year stretch when you had Robbie Hummel there. You know, what was they had the point guard.
They had Echuan Moore, Robbie Hummel, and Scott Martin that came in together. Martin ended up transferring to Notre Dame, I believe, but it was still a very nice building block for the program there for the Boilermakers. And many people forget they were a Robbie Hummel injury from getting to the Final Four that year.
They were. God, just the energy that you see Harris bring every time down the floor. Just came there and knocked out that defensive rebound to get the offensive possession started.
Here's number 32 there in the red jerseys. For those that might just be watching the Lady Gem Rats for the first time, or player that it's easy to direct your attention there when you see her just sprint the floor a couple times, makes her presence felt. She's calling for it on the inside now, but the three-pointer's on the way. Somebody wanted that rebound more, and that somebody is number 42 there. for the Gym Rats. Chris, if you'll get that player's name for me. Looks like might have a jersey discrepancy there on the Lady Gym Rat side. So we'll get that squared away so we can give credit where it's due. Subbing into the game for SME, it'll be number 32, Christy Marshall. Stinson hands it off to Davis. Be SME's ball there along the baseline. Strong move by Ashley Jones. She can't get that shot to go, but she's going to have to be aggressive here in this one. Case in point, she muscles that one in off of the hustle off the offensive glass. It's going to make it 16-7 there after that bucket by Jones. Here's Davis with it up top, guarded by Evans. Got a ball on the court. We'll take a quick second. SME is inbounded. Here's Stinson. Stinson, that pass intended for Jones. It'll be knocked out of bounds there by Jayla Scaife. 16-7. When you look at a glass is definitely half full for Coach Wesco and SME. They're only down 9 points, and they haven't really been able to get any momentum going. Even though you always have that threat of the Lady Gym Rats pulling away with the pieces that they have out there. Shots missed. Long rebound corralled in by Cameron Onken. The jump stop. Jump hop, I should say, there by Evans. She misses. Scaife. First attempt is no good. Harris snatches it out of there, but has Jones knock it away. Jones fakes the pass and the finish. Bree Ashley Jones. She's got the last 4 points for SME.
Love how Jones used a little bit of the flair there with the fake, but she did it with a purpose. She didn't just do it to do it to look good. It actually served, and she was able to get the bucket.
I think Jones, obviously, if you're SME and Coach Wesco, you want to try and come out with the W, but Jones is going to have a nice impact and impress some coaches here, regardless of the outcome. Nice move there, able to keep her balance and finish. Number 15, Kiara Jones. It's a 5-point game with 6 minutes left to play here in the first half. Evans, too strong on the jump shot. Ball's batted around, and it'll be last touch by the Gym Rats and over to SME. So the upper hand still held by the Lady Gym Rats, but Uncle Mo leaning a little bit more towards SME just over the past few possessions. They've been able to see a couple go down through the hole and also have gotten some key stops. We'll see if they can try to keep things going, possibly try to tie this thing up with just under 6 minutes left here in the first half.
Being here down 5, your SME, you got to get a good shot this possession. And at that point, I mean, you're back in it now. The weight's off your shoulders a little bit, able to relax. The one thing I like about Harris for the Gym Rats, so many times you see players with athleticism, you're like, oh, I wish they played hard. I mean, she plays hard every single time down the floor, yeah. Both ends of the, no questions asked.
That she does. That's indisputable there. In and out on the free throw. There's Kiara Jones. As you can see, SME getting a little bit more comfortable. With Jones, they were able to create this free throw line opportunity. I think number 2, Bree Ashley Jones, is going to get a quick breather where Coach Wesco's over there touching base there with the dry erase board. But if I'm coach, I'm not letting her sit too long. It appears he's just going over that teaching point and going to get her right back in there. she's going to really be able to take advantage of this matchup, playing on the inside with players like Harris, Scaife, and these Lady Gym Rats. It's a 4-point game. SME to inbound it. They get it to Jones. We're approaching the 5-minute mark. Jones, nice crossover. Can't get the shot to go. A lot of black jerseys in there attacking the offensive glass, but it's one red jersey that comes away with the rebound, and that's Ariana Harris. Jump ball called, and it'll stay with SME. They get it into Marshall. Marshall takes it right at Harris. Spinning on the inside. Looks like Harris got a piece of it. Scaife comes down with it. Jump ball, and that will send it over to the Lady Gym Rats. As it looks like the officials are going to take a second to make sure they've got the right call on whose jump ball that should be. I like how Marshall made that last move against Harris with a lot of conviction. She didn't waste a bunch of time. She got that ball in and really took it right at the chest of Harris. It was really just good defense on Harris's part, but you can respect the attempt to attack there on the inside.
You got to force the officials to have to make a call inside. You know, when you have an interior defender that's able to block the shots, there's only so many times they cannot call a foul. Even if it never is a foul, they eventually have to call one. It's just how basketball works. Especially
if you attack, and you know, if you go in timid or a little suspect, and I think a lot of times the officiating can follow suit. But how many times have you see a player that can consistently attack? You're going to be able to get the benefit of the doubt more times than not in the long run. Evans did a great job on defense that last play, forced the defender, or the ball handler, to her weaker hand and really just sat on it and was able to strip it away. Makes good on that first free throw to make it 17-12. Pushes the lead to 6. After making that one, knew that Bree Ashley Jones' breather wouldn't be for too long. She's number 2 there in the black jerseys for SME. She checks back into the game, along with number 14, Tamaya Stinson, and I believe number 12, Alaric Scott.
You got to have Jones back in the game. She got to cook in there about 3 or 4 minutes ago on the offensive end. You got to ride the hot hand. Coach did a good job pulling her out. He saw something he didn't necessarily like, was able to correct her. It looks like he was talking about a ball screen situation at the top of the key, or being able to read it. And now let's see if she's able to take that coaching and now apply it here on the offensive end.
When we look at Jones' stature, I think she's going to always be able to contend in some way, shape, or form. Has some quickness to her step, and then has a frame that really allows her to play on the inside regardless of the talent that she's facing. So I think with Marshall's ability to be in there, try to mix things up and draw some attention, and Jones battling on the inside, they're going to make sure they stay within striking distance here as long as possible. Jones too strong on that shot as Harris clears it out. Here's Evans. Evans to Scaife. Scaife over to Harris. Harris can't get that shot to go. Jones chases down the rebound. Nice job by Harris to change that shot, but reinforcements coming for SME. That's number 22, Jemiah Galloway. Galloway with the deuce.
That's what you call an energy play. She was able to make that play because she sprinted down the floor. Good coaches always teach their players in an offensive possession. It's almost frustrating. One of the things I preach when I used to coach, look, we're going to get out, we're going to run, but we're going to get, I'd say, 10 points a game off easy buckets like that if you're going to be an up and down transition team.
Yep. thing you can always respect about SME. You look at the last game with Takeover. Takeover was able to win that one, but there was no back down or panic in the SME team. They just ran into a Takeover squad that had a lot of size, length, and really didn't miss too much from the field or on the inside. Here they're running into the Lady Gym Rats, a very talented and well-coached team. Plenty of pieces out there, and they're right there in the thick of this one. Evans gets that free throw to go. It's a 14-19 game, but this one had ugly early potential when we first started, but SME has settled down, and as a result, they're right here in the hunt.
You mentioned SME, you know, they kept playing even when they were down. That's why so many players, that's why they're out here. You know, obviously it's the love of the game, but it's to play in front of these college coaches. You know, it's logo row. They're out here to be seen, you know, whatever you want to call it. That's why if you're, you know, you're a coach, you're still coaching them up for that reason. You know, you don't want to just say, hey, we're just throwing in the towel if we're down, because this could be that child's one chance to play in front of those coaches. I know I've mentioned on the broadcast before, Juan Dixon, one of the ways, you know, he's national champion, played in the NBA. For those of you a little bit younger, I believe it was 2002 or 2001 national championship there in Maryland. They were down 40, and he's diving on the floor, and Gary Williams says, I want that guy. You know, and that's what it's about. You might have that one chance to play in front of a college coach and play well, so you got to come to shine whether your team's up 40 or down 40.
Yeah, Brandon Clay talked in the second half of the last webcast about Brianna Locke of VOTO. They had a 30-point blowout. They were losing at the PSV summer kickoff, and Locke was able to pull 2 offers from that game just with her play and showing off her skills and continuing to play hard despite the lopsided victory on behalf of the other team. So coaches are always watching, and you got to play hard until the clock has 3 zeros on it. They notice the players that do.
Coaches want to see who do they want to be in the trenches with when things are down. When you've lost 2 games in a row, things aren't going well, you get an injury. You know, they want to find those players.
Get wider and deeper. 2 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. Left to play here in the first half. It's a 15-19 game. Step back three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark. Rebound's going to be tipped to Galloway. Galloway kicks it out top to Scott. Back to Galloway. Now here's Stinson. Marshall setting the screen. Scott thought about it, but instead pulls it back out. Tough shot taken there. Nice defense by Young.
Young does such a great job of staying long the whole time. Keeps her arms up, keeps her distance, slides her feet, not going to reach and grab. Obviously, you know, it's something she's worked on. But you mentioned her versatility earlier in the game. When she started the game, she's playing a little bit inside on the offensive end. Now you see her out here being the lead guard, bringing the ball up the floor.
And getting to the rack, can't get that shot to go. Forsman with the rebound. Good defense by SME. They swat it out of there. Bree Ashley Jones brings it the other way. Really impressed by SME here in this first half. Jones feels like she has a mouse in the house. They get it in there, but she leaves it just short. Forsman chases down the long rebound with McLaughlin. Knock it out of there, Jones. Top to Davis. Jones continuing to try to post up inside. Gets to step on the baseline. Getting some good looks. Just a little too strong on the touch. Saved by SME, unfortunately for them, right to Young. Blocking foul called there against Jones.
Get in the back.
Appeared to be in the spot she needed to, but couldn't get the footwork right there on that one. They got the shot they wanted, in and out. But you saw the precision that Coach Riego was going for in terms of them running that and being able to get the look that they wanted. He was commending them even before the shot, even before you could see the outcome of the shot, because whether it went in or not, they ran the set, got the look that they wanted.
And that's what you want your team to do. That's why you're out here coaching. Put them in the right position to be able to score. You get a look late. And the fact that they're able to run that here at the end of this half, that could be a shot that they could win a game with later on down the road in the tournament.
So we're going to go into halftime. SME still fighting here in this one. Marcus Burnett joined by Chris Watkins. Big reason why they're still in the hunt. Bree Ashley Jones continuing to play hard. You see her go coast to coast and finish that one. They're going to need that strong play if they're able to pull this one off against a talented Lady Gym Rat squad. We'll be back after halftime.